Welcome back. So let's start looking at user management so we can start getting some more features into our system. What I want to do is I want to actually start adding a new view inside the users so we can have user management instead. Let me just get rid of this checkout. You guys already saw that. So what I want to go is actually I'm going into the users folder here. Let me just jump out a few so you guys can see where we're actually at. I'm inside CD source, app, and then users. So inside that folder I'm going to build two components which are going to be a smart and a dumb component. So let's start out with just creating the smart component just by writing ng for generate component, and then let's just call it users view like this. So it's just going to be the view for the users, and then I'm going to make one more, and that's going to be called users list. So I just made two components in here, and they are going to be added under the folders as we name them. So I'm going to put them in one folder. I'm going to try and move both of them into the users view folder right now, just because, yeah, that's a choice I made. You can do it your way if you want to. This is just a choice I made. Now, the way that you place your files in your folders, that's really up for debate. No matter how you do it, everybody will have an opinion. I want the user view here to be my smart component. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the CSS file, because I'm not going to need a CSS file for my user view. So I'm just going to remove that and just say okay. There we go. And it asks, do you want to delete it? Yeah, I do. Now I'm going to, in the component, also remember to remove the style CSS file here from the user view that I just created. There we go. So now this is ready to use. We have a dumb component and a smart component. Let's just, before we end this, wire this up so we can actually go there. Step one is to actually go in, and in the HTML, let's just remove everything in the users view, and then we're going to grab the component's name for this users view, which is CP users list in this case. So let's put that inside the tag here instead. There we go. Now we have the dumb component inside the view of the smart component. And in the dumb component, we're going to end up getting from the outside an input of, now I'm doing this rather fast because this is something I did in the other videos, and we can slow down if you want to, just let me know in the comments. But I expect that you guys kind of start getting this part of it now. So I'm going to say we're going to get from the outside, we're going to get a list of observables, an observable containing a users array like this, because we want to get information about users here, and then I just import the users as well. That's all I want right now inside this guy. And then I want inside the users list HTML, I want to make some kind of view. And right now, just to get the access, next time we'll make it pretty. But for now, let's just create a simple view here of the users and call it, just add each user down here. Now remember, because it's an observable, you have to add the async sign in the end. We might change that later, but right now that's just, because it's an observable, it automatically synchronizes itself and wait until it's actually pulled the data using the async filter here. So that's what we're doing. Now I'll say user, oh, I need to get it into a curly brackets. I'll say user.username to actually get the specific user in here, and just to see if it works. Now we need to pass that in from the outside, the users. So this is the dumb component again. Now I'm going to the smart component, and I'm saying when I want to call the dumb component, I want to actually pass something into the square bracket, and that's going to be my local users right here. So going into my smart component, I'm going to make another users here, and that's going to also be of type observable, and with, again, users list in here, or users array in here. There we go. Now this will make sense the more you do it. It'll be easier and easier to write. And the last thing I want to do is actually on the init, I want to use my user service to actually grab all the users available and paste them into the users. So we'll say this, that users equals user service, again this, get users, the one we built earlier, and now we are actually up and running. That should be all it takes. Now the last thing we need to do, of course, is actually have a route for the users. So we'll go into the app module, and we'll make a new route right here. Let's just copy this one with the guard. There we go. We'll paste it below. So we say if we hit this /users route, we want to go to the users component that we just built, and the smart component is the users view component. That's the smart component. And here we are actually going to have the auth guard as well. Let's just remove the auth guard now from the home component, and let's just remove the users from the home component, because that's actually not where I wanted users. It was just to kind of show this was actually running. So now we have that available. So what I did is pretty much just get rid of the auth guard here and added it down in the users instead. Let's see if this actually works now. So now this page is actually loaded as expected, and we're logged in right now. So let's just write /users here in the end and see if we can actually go to the users page and show all the available users without exploding. And there we go. That's how fast we could actually add an access point and actually get real users, and just making sure that we're logged in. Now notice the bar is not there. So let's just add that real quickly and then we'll end this video. I'll just grab the CP toolbar from up here, and let's just go down to the users view down here, and right above our CP list I'll add the users view, and here I'll just say the same name that we have up here, which is CP2. Now that will fix later as well, but I don't want to spend time on that right now. There we go. Remember, when you're putting in actual string, you have to put in the single quotation mark. That's all we had to do. Now we have this guy available. If we try and go to our /users in here, we actually still have the bar available showing all users, and we can now sign out if we want to. That's all for this lesson. Now we actually have a place to show our users. Let's try and make it more user friendly. Have fun. See you next time.